What's up, Leafs fans? Welcome back to Leafs Digest. Now, I am coming at you guys with this video today for one reason and one reason alone. It is a very simple reason, and it is we are here today to break down whether or not Auston Matthews can still win the goal-scoring title, the Rocket Richard, for this NHL season, the 2021-2022 NHL season. It is honestly such a blur to even say that out loud, the 2021-2022 season. I even just think about like last year, we go back to the NHL season. It was just the 2021 season. No games played in 2020. Weird to think about that. But let's start it with the 2021 season. And reason number one why I think Auston Matthews can actually continue to keep up this crazy goal scoring pace he's on right now and push through to win this Rocket this year. One fact about last year is this guy scored at a rapid pace. Now, Auston Matthews missed a bunch of games last year, ended up only getting into 52 games last season, but he did manage to score 41 goals in 52 games last year. Just a ridiculous pace for this NHL, for this era of NHL hockey. This guy can score goals like nobody else. He is, as I said before this season, at the end of last season, he is the best goal scorer in the NHL currently. So, you want to go with last year, 41 goals in 52 games. You roll into this year, and he has that slow start where he missed a couple of games. He doesn't get in training camp, and he doesn't quite look like himself. Now, he's a bunch of goals back. Draisaitl is blowing past the pack. He has created the biggest lead I can even comprehend happening in today's era of the NHL with goal scoring. He was so far ahead of everyone, and then all of a sudden Ovi caught up, and Ovi was right there with Draisaitl, kind of going goal for goal with him, and the two of them were way far ahead of the pack, and Auston Matthews was just trailing behind, and then out of nowhere comes the Auston Matthews Streaky, get a whole ton of goals in a short period of time, just naturalness that he does, where he finally pushes himself to this spot where he is now tied for third in NHL scoring. He has 17 goals in 24 games played. 17 goals and 28 points in 24 games played so far this season. Same amount of games played as Leon Draisaitl. And I know we're going to look at it. There is, yes, Draisaitl is still 4 goals ahead of Matthews, and Draisaitl did have this huge lead. But one thing I also want to look at about last year, where that lead that Draisaitl currently has doesn't really bother me as much if you're betting on Auston Matthews to win the Rocket Richard this season. Matthews won last year by 8 goals. He had 41 goals. Connor McDavid was the closest person to him with 33. 41 goals, 33. An 8-goal lead in 52 games played, where Connor McDavid actually also played 56 games played. This guy can outscore people at a tremendous rate as well, at a tremendous clip. It's not just about scoring a couple more goals than everyone else. He has the ability to blow past everyone and continue to score at a dominant pace, at a dominant rate. I think about that goal that he scored with the pass from Bunting last night. There's a lot that goes into it that, yes, a lot of other guys could have scored that goal, and that's not necessarily the most Auston Matthews-esque goal that he has scored or he will score in his career. But he's going to the net, he's in the right place at the right time, and he's taking that one off a one-timer off of his backhand, essentially, from right and tight on the net. He still has to be able to get a good stick on that one and direct it into the net. Now, that one, as I said, it's not the most Auston Matthews type goal that we've seen him score, but you want to follow that one up with the second goal that he scored. That right there. That goal, if you want to go and watch that goal back, the second goal that he scored 7 seconds after the Tavares power play goal. That goal right there is a reason why I think this guy could continue to dominate in the goal scoring and continue to catch up to Draisaitl and then blow right past him. Wins a faceoff back to the defenseman and immediately cuts through the neutral zone, gets a pass from Morgan Rielly, flies in past the defenseman, doesn't even have to get a great angle, a great look, great wood on it, or anything. He just rips the puck towards the net, and it goes in. That is stuff that Auston Matthews does. That is the dominance that we've seen Auston Matthews continue to bring with his goal scoring ability, where he can shoot the puck anywhere, any speed, because his release is so good. He can do it while he's moving, while he stops moving, while he's looking away, while he's faking passes. This guy can shoot and become so creative and create his own chances with his shooting ability, and with his edges, with his size, with his footwork. He's going to continue to be able to do this, because if you want to say, oh, well, people will figure him out, I don't think you can figure that out. Maybe you can dumb it down a little bit and maybe just make it not as harsh against you. But has anyone figured out Connor McDavid yet? Has anyone figured out Leon Draisaitl? Did anyone figure out Alex Ovechkin over the entire course of his career? No, not yet. Alex Ovechkin is 35, 36 years old, and he's continuing to pour on goals, second in the NHL in scoring, 3 ahead of Matthews still, and he has continued to do the exact same thing year in, year out. Now, yes, I understand that Matthews is on this crazy pace right now, and he's not going to continue to do this for the rest of the season, for the last 60 games of the season, or 58, or whatever it is to finish out this year, but if he can continue to have these spurts where he gets a hat trick and then he follows it up with 2 goals and then he scores a goal in the next game, he's on a 7-game goal streak right now. If he can just have these spurts where he misses a game or misses 2 games and then he just goes on a spurt of 3, 4, and he just bangs in 6, 7 goals in the 3, 4 span, he's going to have a chance to not just catch up, not just pass, but blow right by Leon Draisaitl, Alex Ovechkin, Mangiapane, Chris Kreider. He's going to be able to blow right past these guys in his goal scoring ability and take over the league lead in goal scoring and win that Rocket Richard. I have so much faith that Auston Matthews will win this Rocket Richard this season, and I think he can come back and do this, because I do not think, first of all, Leon Draisaitl is a primary goal scorer. I think this guy is a playmaker, and he is extremely good at scoring goals. Matthews, on the flip side of things, is a primary goal scorer, much like Alex Ovechkin is right now and has been throughout his entire career. That guy goes out and scores goals. He is so goddamn good at scoring goals. That is what he does. He does that night in, night out. And I'm not saying this to take away from Draisaitl as a player in the slightest bit. I think he is incredible. Definitely one of the top 5, if not top 3 players in the NHL right now. But Draisaitl's not a primary goal scorer. He's going to continue to contribute to the play, and his goals may take a step back. He may look to pass more. He may look to incorporate more of that into his offensive game, whereas Auston Matthews is going to ram shots right down your throat until he is in the goal-scoring lead again. This guy wants to score goals. He loves to score goals, and I think we're going to continue to see that from Matthews. So, not only do I think Matthews can continue this pace of scoring a lot of goals in shorter periods of time, even if he goes a game, 2 games without scoring, he will have these periods of time where he scores 10 goals, 11, 12, 13 goals in a 7 to 10 game span, where he is outscoring the number of games played. And you're going to look at it and say, oh my God, I can't believe he just scored that much in that short period of time. Because that's what we're seeing right now in this last 7-game stretch that he's on, where he scored goals in 7 straight games, is where you step away from this and you go, wow, he caught right back up. Because that's exactly what he's done in these last 7 games. He just shut everyone up who was saying that he wasn't the same. People had figured him out. It's not as easy to score against all the other teams, because he is scoring against everyone else. He's scoring against Minnesota and Winnipeg, and he's scoring against Colorado, and you name it. Auston Matthews is going out there and scoring goals against no matter who the opponent is on the other team. So I think if he can continue to do this, continue to score, and he gets Mitch Marner back here at some point, because that's something people are forgetting as well. This guy has gone the last 3 games without Mitch Marner by his side, a guy who is a premier playmaker in the NHL. Those goals will continue to ramp up, and he will continue to score more goals. So yes, Auston Matthews can, and more confidently, Auston Matthews will win the Rocket Richard for the 2021-2022 NHL season. Leafs fans, we will see you guys tomorrow night after the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning at 7 p.m. Keep believing.